Hey team, we're wrapping up here in New York now. We're a little bit to fly out tonight. Just getting ready to do our last podcast of this trip, and whoa, what a trip it's been so far. GVX with GaryVee, which was amazing, hanging out with the boss for 3 solid days and being shown around this incredible city. We got taken to 4040 Jay-Z's Club and a couple of other incredibly epic restaurants. So yeah, hope you enjoy catching up and watching along as we do New York.
Oh my god, is this your bag? What's this?
Okay. So, bought new luggage.
Yes.
Because luggage gone. And that's the thing about New York, right? There's so much more variety than you get anywhere in Australia. So rather than just buying one suitcase, I bought 3.
What? Yeah. So you have yet to get your actual luggage?
Apparently, I found out this morning they found it. They're sending it over this morning. I'd actually surrendered so much, I was like, you know what, okay, it's because I was like, it's gone, okay, it's gone. I just let it go. No expectation, won't come back, I'm fine with that. And it's like,
so you'll have 4 bags on the way back. So happy ending to the luggage.
Yeah, mate, I'm so happy with the shopping. I've got, even got an incredible pair of pajamas that when I wear them, I'll call myself Kerwin Kardashian.
Oh my god, feel that.
Yeah, right? And she actually got me a pair of jeans with rips.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Kerwin Ray!
Yeah.
Ripped jeans. What's David Suzuki gonna say?
Oh yeah. And so,
well, that's subtle.
yeah.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do.
Hello Instagram, I'm here in New York with Maddie. Alright, it's day 2. We're here to do some cool stuff.
Social's been great for us, especially Gary. Like I hired him to come and speak for us in end of 2015. At the time I had 52,000 followers on Facebook, maybe 100 on Instagram. And at the back of the room I got 10 minutes of advice from him. And then it was in 2016 I decided I was going to go all in on social. I started filming everything, and now fast forward to where we are now. I think we've got about 1.4 million followers on Facebook. I don't know, maybe 100,000 on Instagram. But we've turned it into a multi-8-figure back end in terms of what we're able to do. So for every dollar we spend on Facebook, we get like 16.
16?
Yeah.
So we are 12. So we definitely have to connect.
In a world where voice will take over and augmented reality will take over and machine learning and all that, like, we've just lived through 20 years of options based on typing. When we go to voice, there will be less about options. I'm not going to want this experience. Alexa, send me a pizza. Okay, Gary, where would you like your pizza from? Fuck you! Send me a pizza. Got it? It's not going to be like Google results. Oh, Domino's, this, and you buy an ad, and this. No. Alexa, send me a pizza. Or, Alexa, send me a Pizza Hut pizza. And unless you build something that makes me say Pizza Hut, Alexa's gonna pick the pizza. Not me.
Before we wrap up, let's give GaryVee a massive round of applause.
Did you get anything?
Yeah, I got some great stuff today. Like just a lot of stuff around the importance of our agility and not losing that. Because that's one of Gary's strengths, they're constantly fluid.
Yeah.
They're constantly testing, measuring, trying. And every time we go from, let's change to this, people are like, there's some people are like, oh, we're always changing. It's like, well, yeah, that's the fucking point.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we've built these little subcultures of resistance to trying things that are different.
For sure.
I want to do a debrief with the team. Like you and I compile all of our notes at the end because I know the chances of me sitting there with everyone as soon as I get back is fucking slim.
Yeah.
And even if I dial in, because I need you to support me more this year with becoming more mobile.
Yeah.
So I've said to Renee, and Renee's all over it, I said I need you to start forcing dial-ins for meetings so that I can be more mobile. It's only taken 20 years. So here we are, we're in Hudson Yards outside Vayner Media in this huge skyscraper that is Vayner Nation. We're going to go inside and see what's going on. Hello boys and girls, I'm here with the whole team. We're here at VaynerX in New York City and we've actually just launched, woohoo, everyone's popping in on this one, the Fast Growth Summit. Tickets are now live and available. Swipe up, grab one because it's going to sell out. There's obviously Gary's little office in there.
Real life quote cards?
Real life quote cards, how about that? Clouds and dirt, how about that? Yeah. What do you notice about this office, Matty?
It's very personality filled.
A lot of personality, a lot of colour.
Yes.
A lot of culture.
Yes.
Ooh, there's some hints in there.
Yes. Yo, do you think D-Rock would mind if I touched his mouse pad? On the streets, he held this.
Oh yes, yeah.
We need just a big social conversation of what success is, and we need to reframe it towards happiness, not financial success or status success.
Is happiness, that's what you're striving for every single day?
I think so. That's what I want for people. Like, who are you trying to impress for what?
Not with likes, for sure, no.
No, but when something becomes the status, it becomes the status. I get it. Instagram became cultural status for the youth.
Well, I know young guys that wanted that blue tick so they can get with prettier girls and use that. Being serious, 100%.
Bro, guys are the easiest read of all time. All of it's about that. Of course.
Yeah.
Time to get a blue tick.
One blue tick's not working. Fuck, check this out. It's a building made of stairs.
Between the four of them, they're collectively balancing his calendar. I mean, his calendar, I have access to it. Any particular day could have 60 things on it. I mean, he's just literally going all day long. He'll take meetings. His calendar will have a meeting where one meeting's in his office, the next meeting is in this conference room with a client, and he actually has a 4-minute meeting on his walk from his office to there. So everything is just, it's calculated, built out, and it's pretty great. We try to keep a relaxed environment. Similar to a lot of Silicon Valley companies, there is no vacation policy here. So it is take what you need and do your work and check with your manager and all good. That's something that's been implemented from the beginning. Some people say that people end up working more because of that, because they just want to do hard work, but you have to get your vacation approved just to make sure. They don't want 5 people to go at the same time, but there is no, they don't count the days, and so you just can't go more than 2 consecutive weeks at a time because it hurts with workflow. But outside of that, no one really judges you if you're going on 40 days of vacation. That's what you do. Get your work done.
It's more of a Silicon Valley thing.
Yeah.
But because what they actually identified in the Valley, and because it's a little controversial for a couple of reasons, what they actually discovered was that there was actually an uplift in performance because people, for some reason, didn't feel like taking leave because they just wanted to work hard. But there's always a caution around, okay, making sure that you, in some cases, forcing people to take time out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's the opposite effect.
Well, that's again, depends on the team members, always depends on how much they love their job.
Yeah.
I've been considering this forever. Another initiative I've considered for a while is a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so cool, man. Being a CEO, you can just like play with the rules.
I know, right? It's a giant game now. It's great.
Do you think like once you go business owner, you never go back?
I think it would be, unless you go like monk.
So I was walking in the neighborhood and Al-Qaeda car stopped actually very close to me, and there was a guy at the back of the car, because they're mostly covered face, they cover the face, and like get him. So there was a guy coming outside the car to actually get me, like I was getting kidnapped. And then a US Humvee just came in.
Oh.
Really, like if that Humvee didn't show up, or if...
You'd possibly be dead. Right?
Most likely.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Do you want to do a quick story, Kerwin, or just like a swipe up to watch the episode so we can
This man's story is like nothing you've ever heard before. If you think you've gone through a lot to get where you are, you have done nothing. I don't know if you saw, but I almost started crying. So the way this is going to go is we'll do timeline. So we'll get to content, like to the heavy content, but for me, I'm really interested in you and like your origin, like your origin story. when we find those key moments along the way, that's when I'll dig into your head and I'll be like, okay, so what was going on in your mind? Like how did you, in situations like this, that kind of stuff, if that makes sense.
I was on this show in LA and they were asking all the guests, like, what do you do for your morning routine? Same type of thing. I'm like, oh. And so they asked like the other guests and the first guy is like, yeah, I like write down what I'm manifesting, the top 5 things, I drink lemon water and whatever. And the next person was like, I drink lemon water, I run 5 miles. I'm like, they get to me and I said, I took my eyelashes off from the night before. I scrolled on Instagram to find my ex-boyfriend's page. I ended up on his new girlfriend's, like, sister's cousin's dog's page. I drank a venti red eye and, like, I tried to make something out of my life and there was no lemons left in LA, so I couldn't drink any lemon water. And I was like, you know, that's real.
Do you want to start watching some videos?
Sure. It's something to do.
If you give feedback and stuff,
Yeah.
I'll just record it on a...
Oh, okay.
So,
speaker reel, yay! We don't need to say guest speaker. What's your reason for? I'm curious.
are they part of Kerwin's team or
okay.
from the community? Or?
Yeah, okay.
Because I think there's K2's...
That's more like it. Much better. That's what I want. Yes. Wow, that's what I wanted. It was like bang, bang, bang. Like you're watching that, you're just like going, where else do you see that kind of results?
Yeah.
Where else in the fucking world, on any form of media, on any form of promo video, do you see that level? You know?
Decision on Kerwin Radio, spelled radio, or Kerwin Radio, like your name. So the team's talking about like people might search like SEO and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, search radio.
Radio, which essentially means we'd have to register all both domains.
Yeah, but this is more branded, so people go pro and con. Do you have any thoughts about that? Which one do you go?
What do you reckon?
I've gone between both because I was like, oh, I like the branding route of just like, oh, we're super branded because like, why is it spelled? I was like, oh, it's his freaking name. Like that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I like the branding. I think it's a unique opportunity.
I do think it is a unique opportunity. That's why I'm not throwing it out quickly. I'm like,
especially you can make a soundbite like Kerwin Radio. So it's like like it's funny.
Welcome to Kerwin Radio.
Yeah. But it makes you remember it.
Yeah.
It's
like, so torn. You're the brand.
Should we do it? I think so.
It's like, this is right. Can you imagine like 20 years from now, I'm sitting on the stage being interviewed by Oprah. So what made you decide the name Kerwin Radio? I was sitting there in a hotel room with Matthias. We couldn't decide between the two, so we paper, scissors, rocked it. If I win, it's radio. If you win, it's radio.
Oh no, I hope I lose.
Oh.
The universe has decided. Oh, maybe some happy.
If I keep going, scissors, he'll work it out. Hi. Gotta say, I'm pretty excited right now. I'm actually on my way to do one of my probably, I think this will be my top 5 interviews that I've wanted to do in a very long time. I'm going out to interview Dr. Shefali, who's a real force in the consciousness parenting space. So interesting with it because there was so many ripples from her. Like ripple effects, yeah. Because it was as a result of Shefali that I met Vanessa.
Yeah.
And then I learned those lessons and integrated those lessons and started speaking about those things and
yeah.
Like it's like you know, she dropped a pebble in my pond and created, you know, she's creating like a, you know, some good sets.
Big earthquake.
And they're turning into bigger sets and ultimately a tsunami. So for me, it's like, wow.
Back to the source.
Wow, to a source. It's like there are so many sources in your life, and she's one where, you know, like Gary's another. You throw a pebble in my pond.
Yeah,
I like that. Every now and then you meet someone who throws a pebble in your pond. They give you something, but it ripples out.
Yeah.
Who are those people? Who are the people that are throwing pebbles in your pond? I would love to know. You know what? Yeah, comment. Tag people or comment below the people who have thrown pebbles in your ponds. And you know, they're the people, because when you think about it, we are where we are as a result of all the little lifts we've had along the way. And some people throw a little pebble, some people throw a rock. An interesting concept. And what do you want to be? Do you want to be a pebble or mud? That's a good question. Do you want to be pebble or a mud? Well, fuck. Don't need that analogy to make that choice. But
no, it's true.
So true.
Don't be mud.
Don't be mud.
And maybe she's about to throw another pebble.
She's about to throw me a rock. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sure I'll be forever changed and affected.
Would she remember you from?
I don't think so. She might. Who knows? It was a Skype call.
Okay.
Might just have a little meditation, mate.
Hello. How are you? Oh, you're here.
Hey.
I didn't even know you. Have you been sitting here?
Just, yeah.
Oh, I only saw him, so I thought you.
We actually did a consult with you on video from
Oh,
Australia.
I do remember. Your
You
kid
do?
was 2 years old.
Yes.
All our suffering comes from an attachment to a belief that life should be that way. So when life isn't that way, we have a tragedy. You know, we experience great suffering. But the wisdom of the mystics says, accept what is. And when you accept what is, you flow through life, you know, and children teach us that. They're so capable of being in the here and now, you know. They can have huge outbursts in that moment, but now they're in a new moment. And we're still in the old moment, you know, we're still upset. But the capacity to follow children's ways in the here and now teaches us to be more present.
Hi, buddy.
How are you guys?
Daddy's in New York. We're just driving back into the city. Daddy just did an interview with Dr. Shefali. I've got to have an interview soon, but I just want to speak to you.
Pleasure to actually speak to you, Kerwin.
Mate, likewise. Thank you very much, mate. I take it you must know a little bit about our brand?
Absolutely, that's one of the driving points towards me sort of reaching out.
20 to 30% of our audience on social is in business, and 70, 80% are not. And this is where the real opportunity is in our personal development.
Yeah.
Because we have a personal development program. I used to run it 5 years ago. I basically took it off the shelf while I built out the new model. Now the new model is built, I'm bringing it back. Up until now, we've only had a product for 20% of the market. And I'm now bringing back a product that can suit 100% of the market. So, when I talk about we're only scratching the surface.
Do you feel like the brand is on the way to blow up, like on the trajectory too?
Oh yeah. When you look at it from a sentiment perspective, like we have so few trolls, we have so few haters, and so many comments are like, "Oh, you help my marriage, you help my kids." Like their sentiment meter would clearly have to register that, right?
You mean like Facebook?
Yeah, in my opinion, with the way that they gather data and they measure sentiment and the aspects of sentiment. We're a force for global good.
It's like a true souvenir.
Yeah.
Why do you buy your son a gift?
He loves cars. And I would I'm not spoiling, but I want to buy little mementos from place that I go. So they say, Dad, remember when you went to New York? Dad, remember when you went to Hawaii?